Hey everybody, it's John Madel with an episode of the Porch Show, coming to you from my room. We got Johnny Bench there and Pete Rose in the background. I had kind of a rough morning. I slept in a little too late and that kind of threw my medication times off. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about mental illness and all the stuff that comes along with that. It doesn't get talked about enough, and I try to spread awareness every day through my Facebook page and videos like this and the books I've written and all that stuff. It's thought that as many as 1 in 4 people can deal with mental illness, or, they're diagnosed with a mental illness. 1 in 4. Some people think it could be as high as 1 in 3. And you have to think of it as like a spectrum, like some people have depression where if they go for a walk and drink a cup of coffee and go to the park or walk their dog or whatever, their depression goes away. And some people need medication. Some people only get depressed when the holidays come or when the seasons change. But there's people that are so depressed that they can't get out of bed some days. So you gotta kind of always, think of it as on a spectrum. And, the same goes with anxiety and bipolar disorder, which I have. I have both bipolar and anxiety. And I had some anxiety this morning, and, I try to talk about it as much as I can, but it takes incredible strength to get through some of the symptoms that come along with bipolar disorder and anxiety. Like I was reading an article the other day that people with bipolar disorder can experience joint soreness, like body soreness. And like when you hear bipolar disorder, like who would ever think that your joints and muscles would be sore, like that's a physical symptom. Like I think when people hear mental illness, they think it's like all in your mind, or like it's all like some sort of mental thing. But and it is, I mean, that's most of it, but there are physical symptoms. And then you have medication on top of it, so like you can be fatigued from your medication, or fatigued from the illness itself, or sometimes, like with bipolar disorder, sometimes I get crazy amounts of energy, like and it's usually like at inappropriate times. Well, I shouldn't say inappropriate, just like weird hours of the night, like midnight or something. I'll be like all wired and stuff, and like it's hard to sleep sometimes. And then, you gotta think of anxiety also on a spectrum, bipolar, everything's on a spectrum. Like some people are like, well, I have anxiety and I have 3 kids and I'm married and I can still, work 60 hours a week. But there's some people with anxiety like me, like I have trouble driving sometimes. I have trouble even being around other people sometimes. And that might be a whole other condition, but I think it's the unpredictability of people. Like, it's great when people are unpredictable, like in a positive way. Like, they give you a hug or a compliment or whatever, but I think it's like the unpredictability of people in a negative way that I'm always like, my anxiety is like always anticipating, like, what are they going to talk about, or are they going to say something that's going to bother me? And um, so yeah, I wish I could figure out how to put these videos on my mental health awareness page. It's totally free, by the way. Like, I've invited a lot of friends, and we're up to about almost 600 members. So if you haven't joined my page yet, you should, because it's free. And you never know if you're going to need it or a family member is going to need it. But I wasn't feeling too great this morning, so I wanted to just kind of talk about a few things. And I didn't have, sometimes when I type out messages, it doesn't quite have the same effect maybe as if the words come straight from my mouth. So, but if you know someone, I'm sure almost everybody knows somebody with anxiety or depression. So, if you know people like that, be kind, give them a hug or something. It's really hard to deal with sometimes, but that's not a complaint. It's just, I'm blessed in many ways. I'm blessed that I have a supportive family and a doctor that helps treat me. And I'm blessed that I'm not starving or homeless. And I probably never will be. Just because I have such a big family and I have friends that love me. Like, that's great. I hope to think I'm a good friend and I'm loyal, and I think I'm pretty good at showing love. So anyway, I know no one's up at this hour. I don't know if Mike Oakley's still watching, but shout out to him. I probably haven't seen him since high school. A lot's happened since high school, Oakley. We've been out almost 20 years. I can't even believe that. But anyway, so that's my 2 cents for the day. It wasn't a normal funny porch show, but I thought it was important to talk about a few things. So have a good day. I know it's Monday, but it could be worse. It can always be worse. So take care. Keep tuning in. I'll try to make the next episode funny. I have a few songs in mind that I want to sing. And I always feel like I need to plug my books. So look for my books on Amazon. And have a great day.